was a Halliburton layup in the final seconds that did in the Milwaukee Bucks 108-107, the final, as they punched their ticket, they being the Pacers, into the second round of the playoffs. And they'll be dismissed. They'll be, they advanced, but Damian Lillard got hurt. Well, Indiana has dominated the Milwaukee Bucks now for consecutive seasons. Indiana will play Spider Mitchell and the number one seed. That would be the Cleveland Cadavers. And well, I guess they're good, so they're the Cavs. When they're bad, they're the Cadavers. But the Cleveland Cavaliers and Pacers. So we are guaranteed of having one of those two teams in the Final Four of the NBA. But the better story here is clearly in the losing locker room, as it's pack up the bags and go home time. Hey, goodbye. The Bucks are out. Epic meltdown by Milwaukee. A loss for the ages for the Milwaukee Bucks. So let us discuss the question: who gets the blame cheese for the Bucks? Who gets the blame cheese for the Bucks blowing a 7-point lead in the final 40 seconds? 7-point lead vanished in the final 40 seconds. So I've got Flintstones, peer pressure, and atomic. And we will combine all of these things together, and we are going to make some soul food. Because somewhere right now at a fine restaurant, the greater Milwaukee area, our friend Artez in Milwaukee is drowning his sorrows in meatloaf and other delicious foods that he cooks all night as he listens to our show. So, anyway, number one. Can I get a number? Number one. All right. If you're looking for a singular player to answer the question, who gets the blame cheese for the Bucks blowing a 7-point lead? So a player, it's easy. Gary Trent Jr., who also hit like 4 3-point shots, I think it was, in the overtime. But it doesn't matter. All that matters is what you did in the final 40 seconds. So despite having a statistically good performance, at the end, this portal opened up. A trap door opened up, and Gary Trent Jr. fell into the trap door, and he was eaten by a pit of vipers right there. And he gets a charcuterie board, and it's a cheese charcuterie board, and there's only Limburger cheese, and there's some rotting crow, which apparently tastes okay, according to the internet. I don't believe that. I believe that's wrong. So Gary Trent Jr., how bad was he in the final 40 seconds? He is the player of the game for the Indiana Pacers. Because in the final 40 seconds, Gary Trent Jr., he took the only shot the Bucks took in the final 40 seconds. He missed it. He also turned the ball over twice in 40 seconds. So 2 turnovers and a missed shot, and that set things up for Tyrese Halliburton to be the hero there. And also Andrew Nembhard, who hit a 3-point shot from like 40 feet away or some ridiculous thing like that. Regardless, now, so the player is Gary Trent Jr., but if you want to look at the wide-angle lens, consider this particular game a time capsule for the career of Doc Rivers. Just a moment in time, random moment. No one's going to remember this. It's the first round of the NBA playoffs. But the real ones know this is a time capsule moment. That 40 seconds of complete chaos and dropping your pants for the whole world to see, that sums up the coaching career of Doc Rivers, one of the great frauds of our time. The fact that this guy's coached as many teams as he's coached is a testimonial to the incompetence of the ownership class in the NBA and how just being a smooth talker, you'll get a lot of opportunities in life. But the names of the players change, right? The teams he's coaching have changed over the years for Doc Rivers. The results are the same. Doc Rivers is an animated cartoon character from the Flintstones, Schleprock. Doc Rivers, I don't know if you know that cartoon character. It's an old cartoon character. But Doc Rivers has either exceptionally bad luck or he is the bad luck. His mere presence causes top-flight professional ball players to do really dumb things, really bad things on the court in pressure situations. And with all of these NBA teams that Doc Rivers coached, the Orlando, the Clippers, the Celtics, the 76ers, the Milwaukee Bucks, all of these teams, he is the common denominator. Doc Rivers is the common denominator. If you think of it like a Bon Jovi tune, Dead or Alive, it's all the same, only the names change around Doc Rivers. Other than that, it's all the same. All of it is the same. Do we have any Doc Rivers, by the way? There's no Doc Rivers. Do we have any Doc here? I always love Doc giving excuses when his team loses because Doc Rivers is a master of this. He's done it more than anyone. All right, I guess
on Giannis, go ahead and miss in regulation.
All right, here's a random Doc Rivers soundbite on a Giannis miss. I just want to hear Doc's bull crap. Let's hear it.
We're looking for them if he had an ISO, great, but we anticipated a trap, and I thought we had the proper space. And, we give Giannis his choice. I thought he may have had A.J. Green, if my memory serves me right. We told him that the next pass would be open. But he felt good about it. I'm going to live with Giannis making the decision on that.
Okay. Well, is Doc going back to TV? Is he gonna be on there? Are we still gonna have to watch Doris Burke on TV, or is they gonna get rid of her and put Doc on there? I don't know. Anyway, all right. So page 2. What are the odds? What are the odds that Giannis Antetokounmpo played his final game in a Milwaukee Bucks uniform on this random Tuesday night in late April? What are the odds? So I'm setting the Maller line, which is the most important line in overnight talk radio on Fox. The Maller line. The Maller line on this, that the Greek Freak will be traded at minus 190. That implies a 65% chance that pack your bags and with the last one left in the Bucks locker room, turn out the lights because it's all over. So 65% chance. Now here's why. You've got Dame Lillard, who's not walking back through that door. If he is, he's limping. Achilles injury, he's out all of next season. So he's gone. You're going to whack Doc Rivers. You can't bring Doc Rivers back because he's terrible. And Doc wouldn't want to come back because he's a carpetbagger and he knows the Bucks have no chance of winning. So Doc's not going to come back. You'll kick him out of the state of Wisconsin. The bigger issue, though, for Milwaukee is this. Giannis Antetokounmpo is going to face immense peer pressure. In that world, in that universe of the NBA, it's a transient business. The expectation is if you're a certain level star, you have to manipulate your way to one of 5 teams. Like, that's just how it works, right? And the people who are living off Giannis, there are a bunch of people who have no talent. They are riding his coattails, and they're just hangers-on. Those are the people that'll be like, hey, we got to get that one more big Madison Avenue run of endorsements. And we can't do that in Milwaukee. But if Giannis goes to fill in the blank, the usual suspects, right? L.A., Miami, New York, Golden State, somewhere along those lines, you're set up. But if you do the math on this, Giannis is 30. He's going to be 31 next season. Now, 31 in life is not old, but in sports, your athletic prime, you're in the final stages of your athletic prime. So unless you find the bag of goodies like others, I'm not going to name any names here, have found. I don't know. It's I'm just saying. So you're at the end of your athletic prime, and you've got maybe a couple more real dominant seasons left before the decline really kicks in if you're Giannis Antetokounmpo. And you want the endorsements. You've already got, I believe, 2 years left on the contract. Then you can get out. So this would be the time. This would be the time, and expect this to be nonstop conversation on the usual sources of NBA smut that will throw this out. Now, final point. Let's go back to the end. We have some great contrived Shakespearean drama at the end of Indiana's win over Milwaukee. This will be a story that gets a lot of attention over the next 24 hours or so, the way these stories work, because it involves family. It involves a star player. It involves doing things you're not supposed to do. All of those elements. So post-game, there was a story. Everyone's going to be talking about this. Giannis Antetokounmpo, moments after the game, it had Tyrese Halliburton, game-winning shot. Bucks win. Bucks lose. Pacers win. Crowd goes wild. Halliburton stands on the scorer's table like they've just won the championship. I don't know if he realizes it's the first round. He celebrated. He looked like Patrick Beverley when Minnesota won the play-in thing. Remember, Beverley got up there and the crowd went wild. So Halliburton stood up like they had just won a championship. I don't think you get a trophy for winning the first round of the playoffs. But while that was going on, I'm gonna walk you through this. So Giannis Antetokounmpo was confronted by a random person while on the court wearing a jersey. That person was the father of Tyrese Halliburton. Say what? Yes. They got into the guy's name's John Halliburton. I assume that's his last name. Halliburton and Giannis Antetokounmpo started screaming. Well, it was mostly the dad screaming at Giannis, but they did exchange heated words on the court. On the court. It's the funniest thing because you've got the kid who's off to the side, and he's standing on the scorer's table. Woo! We won the game, and his dad, his old man, his pops, is over here in the face of Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Have Giannis talking about it.
Wild. Here is, by the way, here is Giannis Antetokounmpo, his side of the story. Here is his commentary on being confronted by the other team's top players' parent. Listen.
I believe being humble in victory. That's how I am. Now there's can be a lot of people out there that are like, no, when you win the game, it's a green light for you to be disrespectful towards somebody else. I disagree. I've won the championship. They haven't. Okay? And that doesn't say anything. I'm not trying to minimize their effort. But losing the game, emotions run high, having a fan, which at the moment I thought he was a fan, but then I realized he was Tyrese's son, which I love. Tyrese, I think, is a great competitor. He was his dad, sorry. Coming in the floor and showing me his son a towel with his face. This is what we do. This is what we effing do. This is the F we do. This, I feel like that's very, very disrespectful.
Is this scripted? I mean, seriously, are they coming up with these storylines? Is they got the old writers from professional wrestling? I'm convinced. So, all right, I mean, this is ridiculous. This is so stupid. What are we doing? The father of the star of the Indiana Pacers got on the court and shoved it in the face of Giannis while the kid is going crazy with the crowd. Now, remember, Giannis, was it a year ago, or I guess it was a couple years ago, he said there's no failure in sports. There's good days, bad days. So he said some days you're able to be successful, some days you're not able to be successful, blah, 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 blah. But that is great. So how did you score? How did you score the confrontation between Tyrese Halliburton, his father, and Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Greek freak? Let's go to the judges' scorecard. As the great Jackie Slater said back in his day in the NFL, what in the world? Seriously, what in the world? So I wrote down on my scorecard, a capital A for atomic, as in atomic wedgie, which is what you should give to Tyrese Halliburton. I mean, you are not helping. The dad is not helping. This is not a good thing for Halliburton. It seems like a pretty good ball player. Seriously. Your kid was just voted the most overrated player in the NBA. People perceive him to be a Mr. Softy. Okay? They think the kid is soft, and you are running out to fight his battles on the court. Big win. Old man out there in a jersey confronting the two-time MVP Giannis Antetokounmpo. Thus, confirming everything that has been said about the kid. Seriously. All right, I can go on, but if I go much longer, I'm going to get kicked in the balls by Lorena, so I'm going to stop. All right, anyway.